I direct the Baltimore Electric Vehicle Initiative, and I'm here to speak to you tonight about electric vehicles and mobile power management. So let's see how my timing goes. We've adopted a tagline which is Drive Your Future Green, and the target was young people. What do those 16-year-olds look like, and what does their future look like, in particular for cleaner, greener environments? So no mystery to most of us, the globe really is warming. As I reviewed this with my 18-year-old, he took issue with my using that phrase. He thought it would be too controversial. Mom, shouldn't you really be talking about climate prosperity? But we've seen the photos. The good news is we all survived the rapture. The world was supposed to end on Saturday, and we're all here. That piece is good, but there is a tempest on the rise. We've seen lots of articles telling us that it is too late. We're not going to be able to fix this. Resilience is the new term. Why the warming? Three main factors. Coal-burning plants, 60% of our power comes from coal today in the mid-Atlantic. Automobiles, 30% of our emissions come from automobiles, 40% from built architecture. What are we going to do about it? These bullets. Reduce emissions, that's the burn. I favor zero tailpipe emission for this reason, EVs. Reduce our energy consumption. Who likes less of anything? Still, we've got to get ourselves thinking about, do I really need everything that I've tagged for myself? Do I need to speed through this? Yes. It's time to cool the planet, and I think of EVs as being cooler. We don't see the emissions from a total electric vehicle. Those were all images of things, of vehicles available for purchase. The EVs really can help. They've taken on a number of names, and there's so much activity just in the last 2 years alone. They've got new names I've just barely recognizing. We've got EREVs. The Chevy Volt is one of those, pictured here for about the price, 1/4 the price of gas or the price of a cup of coffee. You can recharge this. It'll go 40 miles on a charge. 800 jobs created in White Marsh, Maryland to build the transmissions for this vehicle. They're here. They're drivable, very economical. What does it have to do with Baltimore? 2007 EV World magazine described 3 cities in the U.S. are best positioned for electric vehicles: Baltimore, Atlanta, and Portland. Yes. Now, a report from November of 2010, this is a report from GE, actively working in the space, doesn't put Baltimore on the list. Baltimore is going to be on the list. Baltimore is here. Bevy is funded to install electric vehicle infrastructure, charging stations. We're doing it. Those balloons show you where we're funded. And on Earth Day, we did a ribbon cutting at BWI. The first site was unveiled. We've passed in Maryland 3 pieces of electric vehicle legislation, the most ever in our history this past legislative term. So we're really moving forward. This is happening. And I'm very excited about this citation that Baltimore was recognized as one of the top 25 cities in the United States for electric vehicles. Why? A series of really great things. City sustainability leadership, state legislative leadership. I just zipped through or missed the rest of the bullets. I hope you caught some. What's it got to do with me? Triple bottom line. I've heard some reference to double bottom line, and we know what that means. People, planet, profits. What I think a whole lot about is, how do we measure it? It's no mistake that you see a B in a circle. Beyond Baltimore, this was adopted 3 years before for-benefit legislation was passed in Maryland, first state in the country to do so. But that for-benefit, it's great, it's a terrific advantage, but it translates to immunity from shareholder suit. We've got to do a little bit more to describe what's the rest of the metric. There are some publications that give us some ideas. I think we've got to be a little bit more rigorous about saying this behavior should be driven forward. I'm sampling something here in the clean tech sector that's fairly well applied in a number of sectors, corporate social responsibility, to play with this idea that if you can't measure it, it's not valued. Well, we know we value wellness. We know we value environmental benefit. Let's get that on our balance sheets. So the focus here is Ignite Baltimore for wealth creation and clean transportation. Our automobiles, it's a dirty business. So let's get ourselves away from emissions, clean up our environment, focus on, so appropriate for Baltimore, STEAM education, not just science, technology, engineering, and math. As Governor of Iowa has noted, there's a letter missing. It's the letter A for arts. Arts are how we tell our story. We need multidisciplinary effort to talk about this. What can you do to help? My question. This is a wish list. It is not necessarily my competency to focus on social media, There are a number of things that we need. We'd really love to focus on mentoring young people in particular, those new drivers, those 16-year-olds. Let's get them thinking about their future, how we can be a part of mentoring them to a cleaner, greener Baltimore. Thank you.